When they think about survival, they think they need to spend thousands of dollars on heavy gear they will never use. Then, when the power goes out or a big storm hits, they are stuck in the dark with nothing. You are missing out on a much smarter way to stay safe. You don't need a secret bunker. You just need the right tools that can fit in a small bag. Today, I am going to show you 15 gadgets that make you the smartest person in the woods or during an emergency. We found these on Amazon, and they are almost all on sale right now. Stay tuned for number 3, because it is a real-life sword made of light that can actually help you in the dark. Let's get ready so you never have to worry about being unprepared again. Number 15. Allspark LED Lantern. This is a bright light that can stick to walls. It usually costs about $15, but it is 7% off right now. That means you can get it for just $13. Most campers struggle with seeing their whole campsite at night. Flashlights only point in one direction, which makes it hard to cook or move around. This works like a glowing light bulb that you can carry. It sends light in every direction so the whole room or tent gets bright. Imagine the power goes out at home during a storm. You can just stick this to your fridge using the magnet on the bottom, and your whole kitchen is lit up. The only downside is that it is a bit heavy if you are walking for a long time. Number 14. BKLES Water Filter. This is an electric straw that cleans dirty water. The typical price is $55, but it is 20% off today. You can get it for $43. When you are outside for a long time, you might run out of water. You cannot drink from a river because it might have tiny germs that make you sick. It works like a very tiny net. The holes in the net are so small that water can go through, but dirt and germs get trapped. Since it is electric, you just press a button and it does the work for you. If you are hiking and your water bottle is empty, you can use this to drink safely from a clear stream. One small weakness is that you have to remember to charge the battery before you leave home. Number 13. Instant Pop-Up Tent. This is a house that builds itself in 1 minute. It used to be $130, but it is 10% off right now. It costs $116 today. Most people hate setting up tents because the metal poles are confusing and take a long time to put together. It works like a giant umbrella. You just pull a handle, and the whole tent pops into shape by itself. It even has a special room just for your dog or your muddy boots. Think about arriving at a campsite late at night when you are tired. While others are fighting with poles, you are already inside your bed. A small downside is that it stays quite large when folded, so it takes up space in your car. Verdict: this is the best choice for people who want to spend more time relaxing and less time working. Number 12. Odoland Portable Stove. This is a tiny kitchen that fits in your hand. The list price is $40, but it is 15% off. You can buy it for $34. Most campers struggle to make a hot meal when it is windy. Cold food makes a long day feel much worse. It works like the burner on your stove at home, but it is small enough to fit in a pocket. It locks onto a small can of gas with a simple turn. Imagine standing on a cold, snowy hill and being able to make hot soup in just a few minutes. The downside is that it can be a bit wobbly if you use a very large, heavy pot. Number 11. Fireproof Document Bag. This is a safe bag that fire cannot eat. It usually costs $25, but it is 32% off right now. That makes it only $16. In a house fire or a flood, important papers like your passport or photos can be destroyed forever. It uses 18 layers of special material that stays cool even when things around it are very hot. It is like a space suit for your papers. It also blocks phone signals so no one can track your location. If there is an emergency and you have to leave your house fast, The glowing strip helps you find the bag in the dark. One weakness is that you cannot fold it or rub it too hard, or it might not work as well. Number 10. Fire starter with striker. This is a metal stick that makes tiny lightning sparks. The list price is $9, but it is 19% off. It only costs $7. Lighters can break and matches can get wet. If your matches are wet, you cannot start a fire to stay warm. It works by rubbing a piece of steel against a special metal rod. This creates very hot sparks that can start a fire even if they get soaked in water. Imagine you are camping and it starts to pour rain. You can use this to get a fire going because it works 12,000 times without running out. The downside is that it takes a little bit of practice to learn how to aim the sparks. Number 9. Power inverter. This is a tool that turns a drill battery into a wall plug. It usually costs $30, but it is 20% off. You can get it for $23. When the power goes out, you cannot charge your laptop or use a lamp. Most people have power tool batteries in their garage doing nothing. This works like a bridge. It takes the power from a tool battery and turns it into the kind of power your phone or computer needs. If your phone dies during a big storm, you can just click this onto your tool battery and charge your phone fast. The honest downside is that it only works with DeWalt batteries. Number 8. Purple Dragon Hatchet. This is a heavy-duty tool for chopping wood. The list price is $44, but it is 10% off. It costs $39 today. Large logs will not burn in a small campfire. You need to break them into smaller pieces to keep the fire going. It works by using a heavy metal head to push wood fibers apart. The handle is made of special wood that keeps your hand from feeling the sting of the chop. You can use this at your campsite to make small sticks that help start a big fire. It even comes with a nice leather cover to keep it safe. A small weakness is that you have to soak it in water for a little while before the first use to make it work best. Number 7. ShinHye Sleeping Bag. This is a giant, warm hug for a cold night. The typical price is $63, but it is 19% off. You can get it for $51. Many people stop camping in the winter because they are afraid of freezing at night. A thin blanket is not enough when it is freezing outside. It works like the insulation in your house. It traps your body heat inside the bag, so you stay warm like a toasted marshmallow. Imagine sleeping outside when the ground is frozen, but you feel like you are in your warm bed at home. The downside is that it is very big and heavy, so you probably won't want to carry it on a long hike. Number 6. Disposable hand warmers. These are little pockets of heat for your gloves. It usually costs $30, but it is 10% off. You can buy a big pack for $26. When your hands get too cold, they stop working well. It becomes hard to tie knots or zip up your jacket. It works by using a special powder that gets hot when it touches the air. It is like having a tiny heater in your palm that lasts for 15 hours. You can drop these into your boots or gloves while you are waiting for a bus or hiking in the snow. One honest downside is that you can only use them once, and then you have to throw them away. Number 5. Maelstrom Tactical Backpack. This is a very strong bag with a spot for everything. The list price is $43, but it is 21% off. It costs $33 today. Most school backpacks rip if you put heavy gear in them. They also get wet inside if it rains just a little bit. It is made of very thick fabric that is hard to tear. It has many small rooms inside so your tools and laptop stay organized. You can use this to carry your food, water, and tools for a 3-day trip into the woods. The downside is that it looks very serious, which some people might not like for everyday use. Number 4. Mini Folding Shovel. This is a strong spade that folds into a small square. It usually costs $19, but it is 32% off. You can get it for $12. If your car gets stuck in the mud or sand, you cannot move it with your bare hands. You need a way to move the dirt. It works like a normal shovel, but it has hinges that let it fold up small enough to fit under a car seat. It can also be used as a saw or an axe. Imagine you are driving and a snowstorm hits. You can use this to dig your tires out so you can get home safely. A small weakness is that the handle is short, so you have to bend over more than a normal shovel. Number 3. OBW Dueling Lightsaber. This is a real metal sword that glows very brightly. The list price is $140, but it is 25% off. It costs $104. Being stuck in the dark can be scary. Most flashlights are boring and don't help you feel brave or have fun. It works by using a very strong metal handle and a plastic tube filled with bright lights. You can even control the colors with an app on your phone. While it is fun to play with, the light is so bright that it can be used to light up a whole cave or signal for help. It is very hard to break. The honest downside is that it is the most expensive item on the list and needs to be charged often. Number 2. Rope chain. Saw this is a long, sharp chain that cuts high tree branches. It usually costs $60, but it is 32% off. You can get it for $40. Dead branches high up in trees can fall and hurt someone. Usually, you have to climb a dangerous ladder to cut them down. It works by throwing a weighted rope over the branch. Then, you pull the chain back and forth like you are playing tug-of-war. You can stand safely on the ground and cut a branch that is 25 feet in the air without any power tools. One small weakness is that it can be hard to throw the rope exactly where you want it to go. Number 1. Survival Reflective Mirror. This is a tiny mirror that can talk to airplanes. The typical price is $12, but it is 10% off. It costs just $10. If you get lost in the mountains, you are very small and hard to see from the sky. You need a way to tell people where you are. It works by catching the light from the sun and bouncing it. A tiny flash of light from this mirror can be seen from many miles away. Imagine you are lost and see a helicopter. You can use this to flash a light right at them so they can find you. The downside is that it does not work at night or on very dark, cloudy days. Getting ready for an emergency doesn't have to be hard or expensive. As you saw today, camping and survival are much easier when you have the right tools. You don't need a huge budget. You just need smart gear that solves real problems before they happen. Having these items in your car or your home means you can stay calm when things go wrong. If you saw something you liked, check the links to see if the sale is still going on. Would you like me to find a list of survival items specifically for your kitchen and home?